I'm part now of the young generation, and I think it's very important to come here and to get to know what is happening for our future, because it's for everybody.
Frans Timmermans, it's a great pleasure to have you here to promote this kind of dialogue.
What I would like is you to help me to reach people who actually are far more skeptical about the European Union, who at this stage don't enter into a dialogue with us.
Kan vi ta upp en fråga som jag tycker är viktig just nu, och det är migrationsfrågan. Vad som händer i EU, vad som med alla flyktingar som kommer.
Now the other issue, people coming from Africa, that is a demographic development. So many young people in countries with so little opportunity. And if we do not create opportunity there, they will come and get it here. Even if we spend 3, 4, 5 times more on this than we do now, it is a lot cheaper than letting this get out of hand, creating migratory flows that have security considerations, that create unrest in our member states, etc., etc. It is penny wise, pound foolish not to want to spend the money on this issue. The thing we need to do is to solve, step by step, the problems that cannot or no longer be solved by nations by themselves. And I would really strongly advocate that pragmatic approach. If we then get results, then people will start perhaps dreaming a bit about Europe again and not seeing Europe as a nightmare. If we don't move our outlook from the past to the future, we will be dead in the water for a generation. They want it to have prospect for the future. Let's give them something to dream about. Let's work on these things. These things are about the future, not about the past.
In what way do you think that the European Union's and NATO's aggressive behavior against Russia will benefit the economic and cultural development in the world?
We saw these flags, blue flags with yellow stars, on the Maidan. I was there, thousands. Why do young Ukrainians carry these flags? Because they want freedom, because they want to live like our young people. They don't make a political statement, they make a human statement. They want the freedom and liberty we think is normal for anyone. That's what they want. And why does Mr. Putin fear that? Because he's afraid of this flag on the red square as well. But I do think we as a Commission, but also Member States, should be more relaxed about engaging in a dialogue with other member states if we see potential problems on human rights and the rule of law. In general terms, I get this a lot about sovereignty, not just on Poland, increasing number of member states. All these countries have signed the European Treaty, have ratified it without any outside pressure in their parliaments, sometimes with very, very tough ratification procedures. And now it is applied directly in the member state. You know, it's like you would join a football club. You would put on the jersey, put on your boots, go into the football on the football pitch, and then say, "I'm sovereign. I play by my own rules." That wouldn't really work, would it?
How can the EU solve the current refugee crisis in a more comprehensive way at EU level, and with more long-term cooperation with source and transit countries?
I think, you know, the person who put the question actually puts the answer in the question as well, because this person is absolutely right. There is not one solution to this crisis. It will be incredibly comprehensive if we are to succeed. And, you know, I've been, just to give you a very personal example, I've been to refugee camps in Jordan, in Lebanon, in Turkey, in Syria. You talk to people there, and these people there have one thing in common. If you ask them, what do you really want? Their answer is to go home.
Vi har delat som medborgare med många frågor. Alla kunde sätta frågor, så det var en intressant dag för mig.
Ja, på ena sidan det var jättebra för att det var en liksom upplysning för alla. Och på andra sidan det var liksom, jag fick svar på de mesta frågor som jag hade.
You know, if I could just challenge all of you here, why don't you, when you go home or back to your office or back to school, back to university, try and at least convince 4 or 5 other people to engage in a debate on where we need to go with the European Union. You don't need to be convinced, but I'm sure that many people in your families, in your surroundings, that still need to be convinced. If we could agree on that, today I would be a happy man leaving this room. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and thank you for today. Thank you.